Okay. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, now hear, O son of Pritha, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt. So one of the, we have gone through lot of key takeaways, but if you just want to take one, you see the repetition of consciousness of me, mind attached to me, you can know me in full. So if we want to know Krishna, if we have to focus, we have to take all our attention, our mind, our senses, our consciousness on Krishna, then only we will know about Krishna, free from doubt. And all that starts by hearing process. Okay. The second one, I shall now declare unto you in full. So Krishna is going to declare unto us in full this knowledge, both phenomenal and numinous. What do we understand by phenomenal and numinous?
Material and spiritual.
Spiritual. Okay, what we can see and what we don't even see. So phenomenal and numinous, this being known, nothing further shall remain for you to know. So we are going to know in full. Out of many thousand among men, one may endeavor for perfection, and of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. What we understand from here, that this knowledge is not, it is an open truth. Bhagavad Gita anybody can read, but who can understand? It's very difficult, because many thousand people, only few comes to read, and those who read, hardly one really understand. And the reason is, reading is one thing, but then tuning our heart to that reading, that is the part. So if our heart is not tuned, then we won't understand it. And how we tune our heart? By the blessing of the devotees. So we have to do our own practice, right? We should desire, I really want to know. So desire is very important. I really want to understand this subject. We should get an association of devotees. So first 6 chapters, they have given the guiding building block. Then we get that, and then we read it. Then there's a tuning this from the source, and we are able to understand. And change of heart will happen. Earth then, so it is, so this is the very confidential. We should feel that we are hearing the very confidential knowledge, and and the result is amazing. Now Krishna is going to talk about his energies: earth, water, fire, air, ether, 5, and the mind, intelligence, and false ego, 8. All together, these 8 constitute my separated material energy. Okay, separated material energy. Beside these, O mighty armed Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mine, which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature. So we are in the superior energy, but because we are in touch with the material energy, which is the inferior energy of Krishna, we are in Maya, right? And with due to that, we are trying to exploit the resource of this material energy. We are trying to exploit. All created beings have their source in these two natures. So Krishna is talking, there are two nature. What are two nature he's talking about? External and internal energy. All created beings have their source in these two natures. Of all that is material and all that is spiritual in this world, know for certain that I am both the origin and the dissolution. So everything, he is the original creator, and Krishna is the original annihilator, who, like, the everything is happening through him. Of course, then, but we hear about the other personality, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, right? And but we know that he is the original, right? O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me, as pearls are strung on a thread. So this we know, that even though we don't see the string in the pearl, in the in the, what do you call,
Necklace, Prabhu.
necklace, thank you, in the necklace, in pearl necklace, we don't see the string, but it's there. That's what's holding it. Similarly, Krishna is the one who is behind all the truth. Okay, प्रभु आप उस पे ही बैठ सकते हो, बैक. O son of Kunti, I am the, now then, Krishna, now Krishna is going to give the example. How do we see Krishna? Because he is hidden. He is hidden like a thread on the necklace. How to see him? This is the cause and effect. This is the scientific. This becomes the scientific study. That just like in a science, through the cause Through the effect, we know what is the cause. So similarly, here Krishna is giving the example. He says, O son of Kunti, I am the taste of the water, the light of the sun and the moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras, I am the sound in ether and ability in man. Okay, so if you think that um, uh, where the water is coming from, where the sun and moon is coming, what is the source behind it? What Om, which is considered to be the root of all the languages of this universe, right? Everything. So he's taking whatever we think is the root, whatever is the basis of this universe. Krishna is telling, I am that. I am the original fragrance of the earth. I am the heat in fire. I am the life of all that lives, and I am the penance of all ascetic. Okay. O son of Prita, I know that. Know that I am the original seed. Then he's trying to summarize. He gives the example, then Krishna is summarizing. I am the original seed of all existence. I am the intelligence of the intelligent. So we talked about the intelligence. He's telling, I am the intelligence of that intelligent. So Krishna sitting in Paramatma gives that intelligence and the prowess of all powerful men. Prowess for all powerful men. So intelligence is material or is spiritual? Tell me, intelligence is spiritual or material? It's subtle. Yes, subtle. Tell me, between
It can
the
be both, Prabhu.
okay,
Prabhu, I think it's
Like you can,
material, but when we use it for Krishna, then it becomes spiritual.
very good.
it is material, Prabhu. In the above verse, eight
Mhm,
constitutions in eight
mhm.
elements that
Very,
Krishna told, intelligence one part of it.
very good. So intelligence is material, but it is subtle. So you are right, it's subtle, but it's the subtle part of the material. It still comes in the material category. And Nupur Mata is completing that, but that subtle thing, that so it is material, but when it is used for Krishna, the intelligence which is coming through Krishna, then that um, uh, capability, intelligence is like a capability, right, through which we make the decision, that becomes spiritual if it is used for Krishna service. But if the same thing is used for my own thing I want to enjoy, then it is completely material. Okay. So it's also the case that when the Atma changes from one body to another body, the intelligence also goes along with it, right? Subtle body goes So with that it's basically it's spiritual part of it, right? No, so it is not. No. So see, when you are in the material, Krishna is telling. So we are not. So we saw Krishna is telling that eight, right? You saw clearly is material, right? If the but when the soul is passing, because the confusion is his soul is spiritual, so soul can pass from one body to other body. Right. Body is material, there's no doubt about it. Right. But there's this material element, and this is how Krishna has designed it. When he did the coding, okay, when he did the coding, he said that this subtle element, as long as you're in this material world, it will travel with you from one body to the other body. Right. And through that, it carries our propensity, our desire. If that subtle body is not getting carried over, then our propensity won't carry it over. And we want to enjoy our propensity. Right? Why this material world is created? So that we can enjoy our propensity. To enable that, what he did, he created a subtle element which has our propensity, our desire, and he's telling, okay, it will travel from one body to other body with you. So that you can keep enjoying, and but that would also allow us to go back to Krishna also, because now we have to change our propensity, and that subtle body is the one which is interacting with the soul. So subtle body is like an interface. If you are in tech, it's an interface between the soul and the body. Okay. Then further Krishna says, I am the strength of the strong, devoid of passion and desire. I am sex life, which is not contrary to religious principle, O Lord of the Bharatas. Know that all states of being, be they of goodness, passion, or ignorance, are manifested by my energy. I am in one sense everything, but I am independent. I am not under the modes of material nature, for they, on the contrary, are within me. So here is what Krishna is talking about here is he's talking now here his interaction with the his material energy. So Krishna is telling, I am the one who has designed Maya. What is Maya? Maya is has all these three modes. Mode of passion, ignorance, and goodness is Maya. It constitute Maya. And this is made by Krishna. But he's telling, even though I am created, I have created those. I I am independent. I have created it and working. It's working and I don't need to make it work. It's just working. See, he's that kind of a coder. He writes an AI program. He written an AI program is running by its own. Okay? Okay? And I am not under the modes of material nature. He's telling I have created it, but that doesn't mean that that energy will control me. That energy is always controlled by me. Okay? Deluded by three modes of nature, right? So these we are deluded by these three modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. The whole world does not know me, who I am, above the modes and inexhaustible. So this is where you'll see that Lord is always there, Krishna is always there. We are not able to see. Why we are not able to see? Because we are covered. So there is a cloud. It's not that Krishna is covered. This is a very important concept. It's not Krishna is getting covered. We are getting covered by the cloud. When the clouds are there, we are not able to see the sun. So it's covering, and that covering is called Maya. But when we understand this is the cloud, and then we know and we learn how to see through the cloud, I'll get rid of the cloud. That's Maya covering moves, and then we are able to see Krishna. Okay. This divine energy of mind, consisting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome, but those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. So again, see, all these are like principles, like a pearl. These are the pearls in the necklace, pearl necklace. This divine energy of mind. So this Maya is divine energy of Krishna. This is not a bad energy. It is created for a purpose. This divine energy of mind, which consist of these three modes of material nature: mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance, rajas, tamas, and sattva, is difficult to overcome. So by this is Krishna's energy. So how we can overcome? We cannot overcome. Okay, but we must overcome. So now this becomes, we cannot overcome by our own, but we must overcome. How? And Krishna is teaching us. But those who have surrendered unto me. So once we surrender to Krishna, then we can easily cross. Why we are easily able to cross once we surrender to Krishna? Tell me.
We are surrendering to the controller of the modes. So he can help us remove the clouds of Maya.
Very good. Very good. And there's one good example. Let's say they are ferocious dogs, right? In someone's house, they always bark. And you are trying to enter into the house. You go, they bark, and they're ferocious, like who are the like dangerous dogs species you can think of, right? And you run away. But if the owner says, sit down, then the dog sits down, and then you can walk easily inside the house. Exactly like that. So Krishna controls. So we have to surrender. How we surrender? How we show our intent to first, how we show our intent to surrender.
Listen about Krishna, Prabhu. Know
Okay.
about Krishna,
Mm-hmm.
and then serve him in whatever possible capacity.
Very good. Very good, Prabhuji. Very good. So Prabhu has done a very good summary. Start again from hearing. As we are getting this knowledge, we are using this knowledge, and this is chapter. So now here we're combining chapter 3, 4, 5. Okay, we are combining chapter 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll tell you how. Chapter, so we are told Nishkam Karma Yoga. We have to do karma, right? But Nishkama without expecting result. Okay. How to do that? Krishna is telling this is how you do the Nishkam Karma Yoga. We offer the result to Krishna. So we are doing that, but now we are offering that result to Krishna. That becomes devotion. I I'm doing something and I'm offering it to my beloved. Then because that becomes love. So I'm doing that. And through my chanting, I'm showing that I love you. I'm always singing the glory of Krishna. That is showing that I love you. Even though initially when I chant, I don't feel the love, but at least it's showing the intent that I want to come to you. I'm not pure, I want to come to you. And then I am doing the seva. That I mean it. It's not theoretical Krishna, I mean it. I am serving you. So through that, the intent of surrender is shown. When we show the intent of surrender, then Krishna sitting in our heart helps us. And that through that surrender will start. And then we will be able to go back to Krishna. Okay. Now, these are the two verses 15 and 16. Madhachan Prabhu covered last class. Now, Krishna is talking about who are the people who do not surrender and who are the people who surrender. So, those miscreants, they are called miscreants. So, who are grossly foolish, four kind, right? Grossly foolish. They have the word mudha. Remember mudha? Who are lowest among mankind. Naradama, whose knowledge is stolen by the illusion. Maya aparhata jnana. So, Maya aparhata. Aparhata is taken, Maya has taken their jnana. So Maya aparhata jnana. So illusion. And who partakes the atheistic nature of demons do not surrender unto me. Right? So these are the four people who do not surrender unto Krishna. So always think that we don't want to be in those four people. And then who surrender? Oh, best among the Bharata, the four kind of pious men begin to render devotional service unto me. So see, whenever in the past life, why we are learning about Krishna? Because in the past life we must have done something good. That's the reason we got, first of all, we got the human body, and then we are hearing about Krishna. Because the book is there, but there are so many men and people who do not read this, right? So we are hearing about it. So we must have done some good thing. So we have, it is called Sukriti, right? We have got Agyat Sukriti. Knowingly or unknowingly, we have done something which has brought us closer to Krishna, and we are hearing this message. And then now let's identify who are the four people who render devotional service unto Krishna. The distressed, right, who have got some problem in their life. The desirer of wealth, right, who wants to acquire lot of wealth. Inquisitive, who are just a seeker, who wants to know. And then who is searching for the knowledge of the absolute, who just want to, who have the desire that I want to really know about the absolute. So these are the four people who come to Krishna. So which category do you think some of us may be belonging? So who is coming through what? You can,
Last two, Prabhu. Inquisitive and searching for knowledge of the absolute.
okay, but there are
Desire
people.
to know about Krishna.
Okay, so Mataji is coming desire to know for Krishna. Punya Prabhu, you are also coming to desire, you are inquisitive or desire to know about Krishna.
Desire to know about Krishna, Prabhu.
Okay,
Absolute.
okay, very good. So, okay, one and two. See, but there are people who are distressed when they get distress is the pain in the body is a very good thing because that tells there is a problem. Then we go to the doctor. So these are not that bad thing. Sometimes we get distressed, we say, oh man, I need to look for Krishna. And then sometimes I want to become rich. I want to become rich. But then we become rich with it. Okay, still I see the void. I am rich, but I don't see the fulfillment. What I'm going to do with all this wealth? That puts a question mark. The intelligence is coming, right? And then that intelligence is telling that I should look for the absolute. Okay. So because Krishna is
Prabhu,
being, yes, Prabhuji, tell
on
me.
the desire of the wealth, I wanted to understand a bit more. Is it not like I want to get more rich and I want to approach God? Is it not the intent of that desire of the wealth, searching for coming closer to Krishna?
So it is just the opposite of in the distress. I'm going to Krishna, Krishna, remove my distress. One of the distress
Yes.
of this world is that I don't have enough. Either I have, so health is one thing, right? The relationship is other thing, but then I don't have enough. Krishna, I'm suffering, right? So for that, the opposite is the desire of wealth. So Krishna, I want wealth so that I can have I can have a sufficient life. I can have a nice life. But once you get it, then you say that, okay, I was looking for the nice life. I have got the wealth, but still what I was looking for, I'm not getting it. That fulfillment is missing. I thought that if I become wealthy, I'll get the fulfillment, but I'm not getting that. So, of course, initially they come for the desire. They want the wealth, right? They want to wealth, and they just like we go to the demigod. right? So people who know that, oh, Krishna is the husband of Lakshmi, so I'll go to Krishna for the desire of wealth, right? But then from there the progression further happens. Krishna doesn't only give the wealth, he will give his bhakti also if you go to Krishna. Because he's the father, okay? He's the father. He knows that what we need. So this is all we covered so far. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, Boli Prabhu.
Can you talk a little bit more about the previous category who don't go, especially the ones somebody is like ignorant and doesn't even know?
So means why they don't go, or you just want to just have a little explanation?
No, like not, they don't go because they don't know.
Yes.
So
So
if you don't know,
mhm.
I mean, sometimes it can be like a function of they don't want to know, but I'm not talking about that one. But sometimes like they don't know.
Yes.
Like
Ignorant people.
ignorant could be any number of reasons because
Yes, yes.
nobody around them
Yes.
talked about it.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
like me trying to understand the universe, but I've never talked about
Right.
space and
Right.
nobody talked about it.
Right. Right.
I have no
Absolutely.
idea what's out there.
Yes. Yes. So you see here, those people are not called up in the text 15. Ignorant people are not being called out. See, ignorant, who are ignorant? Look into the word. Those who are, so Krishna is using mudhas, right? Grossly foolish. So who are the grossly foolish people? And I personally I know people in my life, right? I don't means from the material perspective, they are very so-called intelligent, but they are very happy with their 8 to 10 12 hour of work. This is what life is, and they are grossly foolish. They are not using their intelligence to think that, is it that I continue working in whatever I'm doing and I'm getting the money? Is that's what it is? And these people who have talked to them, they tell themselves that they are karma yogi. They think doing the karma is the only aspect. So they're working just like an ass. Ass can say I am also karma yogi, but there is a wrong understanding of the yoga. Yoga means it has to be linked to Krishna. There's no linkage to Krishna. It's only they are doing. So these are not ignorant people, right? Means, or you can say, grossly foolish means yes, they have not been directed. They're not being directed. But even when you try to approach these people, and I have the practical experience, and you would also see, like, so we call them, they came for the device class, they learned, but they don't have the interest. They think, why? They think that we are stupid. Why? Really? They think that why you are studying all these things? Just work is be happy. Why, like, so they think that way, right? So, but there would be some of those, and that's the reason Krishna is calling them foolish. Even we go with the knowledge, they will think that you are a fool. So that's the reason Krishna is calling them foolish.
So
Yes, bro.
there's a sentence there says that this is the position of the foolish fruity worker who does not know for whom he should work. He does not know that karma action is meant for yajna sacrifice. So that means what Prabhu is saying, right? They're ignorant and
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, yes. So from the purport you are reading, right? Yes. Okay. Yes.
the Mudas.
The yeah, this one, the first, yeah. The Mudas are those who are grossly foolish, like hard-working beast of burden. They want to enjoy the fruits of their labor by themselves, and so do not want to part with them for the supreme. Right? So, and you will see in your life, you will definitely see. And we this is not to laugh at them, okay? It is to be compassionate. As a devotee, we should always be compassionate. But by knowing the people like them, we ourselves become aware that, am I acting like them? Because sometimes we also act like foolish also. We are because we are growing on that path. And sometimes when you are like, we think that we know, but our knowledge is not perfect, then sometimes we come into the influence and we start laughing at them and criticizing. And then when that happens, we also fall into that category. Krishna doesn't like hypocrisy. He doesn't like hypocrisy. So we should be very careful. We should learn, while we are learning, we should always think this is for me. I shouldn't become a foolish person. or I am getting into that category. So think like that. Similarly, Naradama, right? The other category is Naradama, and that you have seen, and Duskrita, the called Naradama. So Naradama is they they know that the purpose of life is to achieve something more. They know that they have the intelligence, but still they don't act on it. Means they know that I have this, let's say I'm a rich person, but I choose to live like a miser. That's like a Naradama. Why I'm suffering when you have the money, use it. So they have the intelligence, they have the people who can go and teach them, they have all the amenities, but still they ignore it. They think, no. So that's the reason very harsh word is used for them, that they are Naradhamas. Anything to add, Nitin Prabhu here? Okay, and then Duskrita, Maya Aparhata Jnana. So these are, who are the people like this? Just not Mayavadi. Mayavadi is one of them. Then you think that these are like a lot of the so-called atheistic scientists. They are very intelligent people, but they have chosen not to mix Krishna in that. These are the atheistic scientists, atheistic philosopher. Okay, so the Maya has taken their intelligence.
What is it called again? Maya.
Maya. So you read it Maya. Read it Maya. Apaharta. Apaharta. Jnana.
Knowledge is stolen by the source.
Okay. Yes.
Maya.
Yes. And the last class of the script is called Asuram Bhavam Ashritaha. So these are demonic, these are the true, like a true atheistic people. They will say that you guys, I'm going to kill you. You believe in God. Means those are, means they are total atheist people. They're real, these are the real atheist people. So when you say, Sridhar, that you are atheist, do you think that you are like this? No, right? So you are not atheist. You have just putting a wrong definition of atheist. You have a problem that, I haven't developed that conviction. You want to learn. That's the reason you are going to all these classes. Why you are going to all these classes? Because you want to learn. It just, you are struggling with a little more conviction. I really just, and that's natural. That's natural. Sometimes it takes a little bit more time, but you want to learn. And that's your determination. That determination will bring you closer to Krishna. Okay? That's the reason I love you. Okay, so yeah, don't call yourself atheist. You're not atheist. All right. Any other question before?
The other thing is that you say you haven't made the connection. There are other people who have made the connection, but they don't say it.
Yes. Yes.
When you say don't say it,
Like they don't communicate that they have, like, supposingly uh, you're coming to the class, you're worshiping, but worshiping doesn't mean that, like, you just do the chore, right? Take an example, you can, get up in the morning, you can bow, and then, still might not be able to feel the connection. You just do it as a mechanism.
As a mechanism, as a
It's
habit.
like me growing up,
Yes. Yes.
like,
Yes.
because everyone around did it,
Yes.
then
Yes.
we just do it,
Yeah.
but you haven't really made that connection.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a habit. Just a habit with. Yeah, it's a ritual kind of thing. We just do it, but we don't know why we are doing it.
A lot of people, I'm pretty sure, like,
Oh, yeah.
even though they are there,
Oh, yeah.
but
Oh,
they
yeah.
haven't made the connection. We are mistakenly confusing the ritual with the connection. I think that the when we think about Krishna, like, on the little things on a day-to-day basis, I think that's when we move from ritual to making the connection. Not only remembering.
following the process without knowledge is ritual.
Yeah.
Once you follow the process with knowledge, it becomes spiritual.
That's very good.
Okay. Good. Oh, I forgot your daughter's name.
So
Suhani, that day you were looking, right? Which line would go and. Okay, tell me which line. The blue one. What do you think, Sridhar? Competition between Sridhar and Suhani.
Red one.
Red one. Okay. Let's see who is going to win. Yeah. Ah, Sridhar uncle won. but that's okay. This says that how sometimes our perception is not right. We feel that, oh, this is right. It's just talking about the perception.
Yeah.
We have
I
crossed
picked up it because
he just wanted to just say the opposite of her, right? Yeah, he didn't know. He didn't know. He just said that, "Oh, I'll maximize my chances." So she calls tells he said head.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will go to 17. Okay, so we'll do the storyline quickly, and let's go to the summary, and then I'll go. Okay, so this is the chapter 17. Sorry. Okay, chapter 7 in a nutshell. Okay, let me minimize. So hear and know about Krishna. 1 to 7 we did. We are good. Then how to see God inside every single thing. Example Krishna talked about 8 to 12. We did. Then surrender. Why we should surrender and who does and who doesn't surrender. So why we surrender? Because that's the only way to come out of the cycle of life and death, and that's the only way to come out of Maya. But who are the people who still? So there is a tool is there, method is there, but there are people who will do and the other who won't do, right? So that is until 19. So we'll go and finish the 19. Okay, and okay, Nupur Mataji, I'll come to you, and then after that we will try to cover improper surrender. The people who thinks they are surrendering, but that surrendering is improper. So here we are going to talk about Krishna. Will be talking about the demigod worship. Okay, and the last is what is the cause of illusion and what is the path to freedom. 30. Okay. Okay, Nupur Mataji, please go ahead.
Prabhu, as right now you are saying that how to come over Maya. So what I feel that Maya is everywhere. Like our body is Maya, everything is Maya. So how can we use like my question is, if we use Maya in a positive way for the Krishna, like if we are eating, that's for to keep our body healthy, for so that we can worship Krishna. If we have a good house, we can use it for kirtans. If we have cars, we can go to temple and serve Krishna. So Maya is everywhere, but if we use Maya in for Krishna, so it can have the positive effects also. Because being in grahast, what I feel that it's so difficult to come out of this Maya.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, that's exactly what we are talking about. There is no
Yes.
but we are not Maya. So you said we are Maya. We are not Maya, Mataji.
Body is
Okay.
not Maya.
Body is not Maya. The body is there, but of course, the Maya is a covering. So we are living entity in the body, encaged in the body. So we are one entity. Then the other entity is Maya, and the other entity is Krishna, spiritual world. So you can say three big entities, right? And
Yeah, Prabhu.
we get caught up in this Maya. So when we are in Maya, then I think I am the doer, I will do this, I am the controller. But then whatever you have told is correct. What you have told is correct, that Maya is there, but Maya is not my energy, not our enemy. It is a strict parent. Maya is like a strict parent. Some child may
Okay.
hate their parent, but the parent are always thinking of the child, goodness of the child. Similarly, Maya is thinking of the goodness of us. And now when we think that, oh, Maya is a good parent, and what Maya is telling means Maya is enabling and Maya is directing us to go to Krishna. So when we start working for Krishna, then Maya doesn't come and doesn't bother us. Maya
Okay.
will be very happy. She is standing on the side and saying, "Good job, Nupur Mataji. You are doing a good job." Right? That's how Maya. Then
Okay.
Maya is just neutral. In fact, sometimes she may
Okay.
encourage you, but she is neutral. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay.
But we always say that we get caught up in Maya and
Yeah.
Maya is not good, Mayavadi, all
Yeah,
these
no.
are
So we.
negative connotations.
Yeah. So when because that time when we are not working for Krishna. We are when we work for you, then we will come under the umbrella of Maya. And Maya function is to direct us to Krishna. So what she will do? She will give us problem. She will give us misery. She will make us fight with somebody. Right? So she will doing those things. And due to and not that just like that, because that's how we are doing our karma. So she will use our karma to show the path. She is very intelligent. Whatever she's using my desire, I want to enjoy what karma I have done. good or bad, accordingly, then she will direct in a way where I think, man, I am doing something wrong. Let me think about Krishna. So that's how she is trying to correct us. Okay. So the people who do not have a good understanding, they think Maya is a bad entity. Of course, Maya is not a bad entity, but if we don't have the concept of Krishna, then Maya seems like a bad entity. Seems like a bad entity. But when we see Maya is the energy of Krishna and what she is doing, and she is mother, Maya Devi, who is the representation of Maya in our world, universe? Durga Ji. Durga Ji is Maya Devi, in charge of Maya Devi. Okay, 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 okay. So Nandarani is asking who to Nupur Mataji, who are we?
We are souls.
Yeah. So she is asking, can the soul be in Maya?
I think Maya is free of everything. Soul is free of everything.
In one of the previous chapters, it talks about the different layers of coverings.
Yes, yes,
So, yeah, so I think that's what we are. The soul has the property of uh, Krishna, that's Satchitanand. But
mm-hmm.
then, because of Maya, we have different layers of ignorance coverings, um, as I recall from one of the previous chapters.
Yes, yes. Yeah, so Maya does
Or
create
Prabhu,
those. Yes.
we can say our skin is kind of Maya.
Our skin, why would you call that our skin is Maya?
I feel that
Why?
because see, if it's like we are more thinking about our body, we don't think about what's inside it, like what is the purpose of our soul or something. Like it's like we are attracted how we get attracted to other one, like sometimes we get attracted to looking by seeing their face or something like if we have a beautiful face in like outside our, like if we see any beautiful face, we are attracted to that people, so to that face. So I think, I'm not sure, but I think that it can also act as Maya.
Okay. So see, whenever we start saying I think, so in that case, we should stop and know that, see, our senses, our perception can be wrong. We should try to see, is Krishna is saying that? So now let me ask you the question and then you will get to your own answer. And this is what Nandarani was also saying. Um, you said that we can think that uh, our skin is Maya, right? That's what you're telling. Our skin is Maya.
Yes, Prabhu.
Now, what is the definition of Maya? Prabhupada is has. So you tell me, or you tell me, what is the definition of Maya in your understanding? Very simple definition. Tell me a very simple definition.
uh, Maya is a thing that takes away from Krishna.
Yes.
So
And Prabhupada gave a definition, very simple definition, which is not. Maya means which is not. So we
okay,
believe that something exists, but which is not. That's called
okay.
Maya. Okay. Now you tell me, is your skin is there, or you think that this is, you are thinking that this skin is not there and it is there, or the other way around? Do you think skin is there or not? Can you touch your skin?
Yeah, I think.
If you can touch
I,
your skin and you can feel
yeah,
your skin, then
okay.
to say that it is doesn't exist, right?
Yeah,
Now why you think that your skin is Maya?
I because I was thinking that if we get like because we get like if we see a small kid also, we get attracted towards that kid. Like how we get attracted, like if a baby is cute, then we get attracted towards that baby. So I think that the outer covering is maya, because it's taking we are thinking about him, that okay, this baby is cute, and this, so that's why I thought that maybe our skin is also maya.
No, so so yeah. Krishna is all attractive. So yeah, so see what Nandarani is telling, that see it's natural to get attracted to the beautiful things. Okay, that's the
Yes,
propensity which we get from Krishna himself. Krishna is
yes.
very beautiful. His name Krishna itself means who is most attractive. Okay, that's the Krishna
Mhm.
who is most attractive. So getting attracted is okay. The problem is our perception of the why I am getting attracted. If we are getting attracted to a child or some other person or a opposite gender to satisfy yourself for
Okay,
your own sake, that becomes Maya, because and that attachment will lead to misery for us.
okay.
Okay, so let's say somebody has you are a wife and you have a husband. Now,
Yes,
if you get, so that's the reality. You have a husband. Your husband is
yes.
not Maya. Your is
Okay,
the body of your husband is not Maya. He's entity. But when you get attached to your husband, thinking that he is there for my enjoyment, he is there for me and only for
okay,
me, and like you start thinking, then that becomes Maya. Because now your husband your husband is there from Krishna consciousness perspective. You should both work together to produce the God conscious children, right? And then you should
okay,
both work together to serve Krishna. That is the duty of these two individuals. That is the institution of marriage from the spiritual perspective. But when the same thing you start thinking, no, my husband is for my enjoyment, so your husband is
okay,
not Maya, but your desire that you want to enjoy your husband, that is in the purview of Maya, which is the layer of Maya. If you just want to enjoy your husband at the body level, then that is coming in the mode of passion. If you want to enjoy your husband in the mode of ignorance, right? Oh, I want all the money, and if he doesn't serve me, then I'll go and fight with him. So that is coming in the mode of ignorance. So these mode of ignorance comes and put us an illusion, and that becomes that's called coming in the purview of Maya.
okay, Prabhu. Sure.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
sure, Mataji. Okay, so let's move on. So we'll be starting from verse 13. So this Krishna is talking about, and what about other three? So all are magnanimous. So so Krishna talk about who are the people who come to Krishna, right? Who are the people who come to Krishna? The who are distressed, who are looking for wealth, who are uh, inquisitive, or and the one who wants to go to Krishna, who has a desire. So Krishna is telling all are magnanimous in giving me love, but he is very dear. Who is very dear? Is there anyone who is more dear than a Jnani? So who is most dear? Krishna is telling the one who knows about me and who wants to come to me. So Krishna is liking so he likes the people who are distressed. See how Maya is creating the good condition for that soul to come to Krishna. So Krishna like distressed people. Krishna even like the people who are looking for the wealth. At least they are coming to him because know that through that he is going to bring them to himself. Krishna likes the people who are inquisitive, and he's telling, I love, and they are inquisitive, they are giving love to me in some way or the other. I like them. But of all the four, the fourth category, who is in knowledge and who has the desire to come to me, is really very dear to me. Okay? But then Krishna says, but such a great soul is very rare. So such Mahatma is very rare. And only after many births does the Jnani reach to that level. Okay, so only after many births does that Jnani reach to that level. So now let's finish reading these three verses because that will complete the section. So 17, 18 and 19. Okay. So who will read? Will read, Prabhuji? Read.
I can.
तेषां ज्ञानी नित्ययुक्ता
Tesham jnani nitya yukta
एकभक्तिर्विशिष्यते
eka bhaktir vishishyate
प्रियो हि ज्ञानिनोऽप्यर्ध
viryo hi jnani narthartha
अहं च मम प्रियः
aham cha mama priya. Read the translation, Prabhu.
Of these, the one who is in full knowledge and who is always engaged in pure devotional service is the best. For I am very dear to him and he is dear to me.
So what are the key points we get from this verse?
It's full devotion, full understanding and
Jnani.
knowing about Krishna is important as well.
Yeah, so see, in a way, it's giving the definition of Jnani also. So who is Jnani? Because we think that Jnani is a dry Jnani. But see who is the Jnani in Krishna's definition? So first of all, this person is full in knowledge.
Knowledge.
What is the next thing?
Engaged in
Always
pure
engaged in
devotional
pure
service.
devotional service. So true understanding of Jnani is, of course, he is full in knowledge. But if somebody is only full in knowledge but not serving, then Krishna is not calling them Jnani. He's telling they're always engaged in pure devotional service. Pure devotional service is the best. And why? For I am dear to him because of course Krishna is dear to him. That's the reason he's doing the pure devotional service. And then he's telling I am very dear to him, and because he is thinking that Krishna is dear to me, Krishna thinks of him that he is also very dear to me. And you're seeing the word he, it means everybody. Okay, we are not based on our body type. He means it's referring to the soul. Okay, living entities. Okay, next verse. Who else would like to read it?
I can read, Prabhu.
Okay, go ahead, Punya Prabhuji.
Udara sarva evaite
Udara sarva evete
jnani tvatmaiva me matam
jnani tvatmeva me matam
astitah sahi yuktatma
astita sahi yuktatma
mame vanuttamam gatim.
Mamevanutmam gatim. Very well read, Prabhuji. Yes, translation. Read the translation, Punya Prabhu.
All these devotees are undoubtedly magnanimous souls, but he who is situated in knowledge of me, I consider to be just like my own self. Being engaged in my transcendental service, he is sure to attain me, the highest and most perfect goal.
So what are the key points from here?
Just like my own self is one thing I want to discuss more, Prabhu.
Okay, my own self. Okay, anybody would like to contribute here?
So Krishna is not is treating the devotees who are always doing devotional service to him equal to him in a sense in terms of knowledge, right? So he is considering those devotees as almost equal to him. That's why they are dear to him, to Krishna.
Okay.
Prabhu, I want to add, Krishna is so magnanimous and he has daya and karuna. These devotees will equally have for the rest of the beings. That might be what Krishna is referring to.
Okay. Anybody else? Nitin Prabhu, any thoughts, Prabhuji?
This is where Krishna talks about a transcendental service. Engage in my transcendental service. Be sure to attain me with the highest and most perfect goal. So Krishna loves people who surrender unto him with pure devotional service. That's where he gets more attached to him, because loving service is exchange of love between two
Krishna is
yes, so devotee. So So once we render service, Krishna also
Reciprocates.
So
So very good. So see what Prabhu is telling. See, when we build the relationship with Krishna, we become close relative of Krishna. Of course, we haven't always been related, but now we are making Krishna as ours because I am serving. Then Krishna reciprocate. Now there is a in a family relationship, husband will tell the wife, "You are my own." You think that two body, one soul. We feel like that, right? From that perspective, Krishna is telling, "You are my own," because there is such a loving relationship between these two parties, Krishna and the person who is loving Krishna. From that perspective, Krishna is telling, I have such a wonderful relationship. You are not different from me. So it's not that Krishna is telling that, oh, you are also as opulent as me and you are also as powerful as me. It is the coming from the perspective of love, right? Of course, devotee get all the power because once anybody is love, husband power goes to wife. All the wife's beauty becomes the part of Krishna, right? So it's just like that, right? Husband, wife, they are all together one. They are if they work together as an entity, they complement each other. In this case, the affection, love is Krishna is telling, I don't distinguish. They are just like me. So that's the one. Okay.
Prabhu, I just wanted to ask in terms of Mayavadi, who mentioned that once they reach the state of realizing absolute, they they are indifferentiating with themselves with the absolute. Is it coming from that perspective or no?
Again, repeat, Prabhuji, what you said.
So Mayavadi, like there was
Mm-hmm,
a principle we discussed, right, Prabhu? Once
mm-hmm,
they reach the highest state of
mm-hmm,
realization,
mm-hmm,
they um, they define it as inseparable from the consciousness, the consciousness. There is only
mm-hmm,
one. That's what they
mm-hmm,
tell, right, Prabhu? Sun and
mm-hmm,
rays.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Is that what Krishna is referring here?
Uh, okay, so so Mayavadi says that that I will go and merge with the Brahman, right? So
Yes,
that's what
yes,
you're
Prabhu.
talking
Yeah.
about. I will merge
Yes.
with Brahman, and there is no attitude of service because there are some Brahmavadis also who will like to merge, but they have the attitude of service. So we are not talking about them. We are talking about the people who are saying that I will go and merge, and now there is no difference between me and Krishna. No, so that is not what Krishna is talking
No,
about here.
that thought is also not there, Prabhu. I am not different from Krishna. That thought also doesn't exist. There only is the Brahman, Madhachand Prabhu was telling the other day, right? There is no second word, something like that. There is only one existence.
For the Mayavadis,
Yes,
is
yes,
that what you're telling? For the Mayavadis,
yes,
that's how
yes,
they think,
yes, for
right?
my words. Yes,
Yes. Yes, that yes, they think so. In fact, they also think that I have become Krishna. They also think, right? Because when I'm merging that, I have also
yes.
become Krishna. So that's not
Is
what
this
Krishna.
verse referring to that, or
No,
am
it
I
is not.
getting
Yeah,
confused?
it is not.
Yeah,
But you're right. The Mayavadi can use this verse to say that, hey, this is what Krishna is telling, and that's the reason they can validate themselves.
got it, Prabhu.
Yes. But then if you look into the previous verse, what Krishna is telling. So if you take this verse only, then Mayavadi principle is correct. But then you see what has come before it. In what context Krishna is telling that they are not different from me. Before that, Krishna is telling everything is coming from me. I am the controller, and this and this. Then this doesn't align with that, right? This particular verse in that case. Okay. But if you take the whole knowledge, then we understand the correct understanding, which is Krishna is talk.
The
Krishna,
attachment.
yeah, is talking about the love, right? This is about the level of qualitatively equal. Qualitative means from the love perspective, Krishna is considering that we are his own, just from that perspective. Okay.
so my own self doesn't mean that Krishna as himself. It is my own self is like my relatives,
My relatives,
part of my group,
right,
part
right.
of my family.
Yes, yes.
The
But
way I love myself, I also love that particular devotee kind of.
yes, that's the meaning. But see what Prabhu was mentioning a good point. The Mayavadi would use this verse to prove their point
Yeah.
because they are reading out of context. And so and the out of context is the verses which are spoken before it. If we ignore those verses, then I will come to the conclusion of Mayavadi. But if I take the verses which has been spoken before it, then the only conclusion is that he's talking in the relationship. So Punya Prabhu, yeah?
Acknowledge, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, maybe I will think bit more and I will get back. But yes,
Sure,
I acknowledge, Prabhu. If we look at the context, I agree. This should
Yes.
be read in relationship with the earlier verses.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Okay, so now other points. All those devotees who are undoubtedly, what are the other points? Magnanimous souls, but he who is situated in knowledge of me. So who is situated in knowledge of Krishna? Full knowledge. Krishna is telling, I consider of them just like my own self. Right? This we analyzed, right? This we talked about. What is further? What are the key points from this sentence?
Always thinking of Krishna, and always in touch with Krishna by doing devotional service. So obviously, at the end of the body tenure, he will obviously attain me. That's what Krishna is assuring.
Yeah, being engaged in my transcendental service, he's sure to attain me. So we are always, so once we are in full knowledge and we are serving Krishna, then we become relative of Krishna, right? Very intimate relative of Krishna, and we become his. Krishna calls her our own, and in that case, we are sure to attain Krishna. And that is the highest and most perfect goal. This is the perfection of life.
What is the significance? He can always say my service, my transcendental service. What does that mean? There?
So service which is just for the pleasure of Krishna, which is transcendental means which is beyond the modes. Transcending the modes is called transcendental, okay, which is above the modes. And Krishna's service, which is done at the above those modes. Because we do so right now I can serve Krishna in the mode of passion also. You know, Sridhar is also serving. I'm going to serve better than him.
Okay.
It's a service, but I just want to do better than you. And then, oh, Deepak, you did well. I feel so that's passion, right? So it has to be beyond. It should be done not as a competition, as a love. We have to love Krishna for the sake of just loving, and we have to do the service for the sake of loving Krishna. Okay, so that's understood. Any other points, anybody? Here,
I wanted to make one point
Sure,
to
Prabhuji.
Punya Prabhu's question. I think, as you said, we have to take this verse in context of other verses as well. And the verse just before this talks about who is dear to me, right? Nitya Yukta is a very important word there. That's someone who is always absorbed in me. So I think, yeah, that's what I wanted to.
Very good, very good. You are all now studying it very nicely. You are like looking into the words, and that is called the context, right? And this is how we need to study the Shastras. It should be learned in the context. So very good, Prabhuji. Good point. You made a very good point. Okay, so here further one a reference which is Prabhupada is telling from the Srimad Bhagavatam. The devotees are always in my heart, and I'm always in the hearts of the devotees. So this is called a true love. The devotees are always in my heart, and I'm always in the hearts of the devotees. The devotee does not know anything beyond me, and I also cannot forget the devotee. There is a very intimate relationship between me and the pure devotee. Pure devotee in full knowledge are never out of spiritual touch, and therefore they are very much dear to me. So just like think, uh, uh, I'm not getting a word. Uh, a very pure wife. What is the word for that?
Chaste.
Chaste. Thank you. Chaste wife, right?
That's the secret of
So the chaste wife never thinks about anybody other than her husband, and a chaste husband would not think about anybody other than the wife. They can live their life with each other, even if they are not together. That is the highest love. If we are together, then we are attracted by the physical thing. But when you are away and you don't think anybody else but your chaste wife and chaste husband, they can live in their mind completely as if they are living in person. That is the material level. Now you take the same concept, apply to Krishna. I'm always thinking of Krishna. I'm always working for Krishna. I am missing Krishna. I am crying for Krishna. I do not think anything other than Krishna. Then Krishna is always thinking of me. So there's one very nice thing which somebody, Prabhupada said, Nitin Prabhu, or that when we go to the temple in front of the deity, what should be our mood? No, this was what was not the mood. Yes, with what? Yeah, with what attitude we should approach the deity? With what attitude we should approach the deity? When I'm looking at the deity, what should be our attitude? It's devotional, but there's
Should be like I'm separated from you so long, and I trying to connect with you back and restore the connection kind of mood.
yeah, it is all true, but this is what Prabhupada was making a good point. I think it was Prabhupada who had made that in one of his lecture. Um, is our when we are going to Krishna, we should think that what I have done, which will make worthwhile that Krishna likes to see me. It's not that I like to see Krishna. Krishna, how Krishna like to see me. So there's a very subtlety, right? I think that I have done something for Krishna. I am feeling proud. I'm going in front of Krishna. Krishna, see, I have come. I did so much big thing for you, right? But Krishna has to Krishna has to see me. Okay, I am looking forward to Sridhar. Like Krishna is waiting for Sridhar. Oh, Sridhar has come. He is my devotee. He's really serving me like anything. But you are going, Krishna, I'm missing you. So we should be, that should be our attitude. Very humble. But we are always serving Krishna. And then Krishna is looking for us. So that should be our attitude. What if I'm going to the temple in front of the deity? Have I done something worth that Krishna would like to see me? What I have done so that Krishna would like to see me. If we always have that attitude, we'll always serve Krishna. And then still we'll be very humble. Okay. So Prabhu, I'll just read it for you while you are not. The devotees are always in my heart, and I'm always in the hearts of the devotees. The devotee does not know anything beyond me, and I also cannot forget the devotee. So there is very intimate relationship between me and the pure devotee. So we are talking about the chaste wife and husband. They don't think anything more than the husband and a wife. And even if they are apart, they're always thinking of them, nobody else. Husband it would never think about any other girl, and of course the girl never thinks. That's the chaste wife is that word is used in shastras a lot, because wife is considered like she is chaste. She shouldn't think anybody other than her husband, not even in her dreams, right? So that's the just you take that to the concept of the God, and this should be our mood. Krishna is my Krishna is the only thing I want to remember all the time, and I don't and all the time I think about Krishna. I want to cry for Krishna. I want to serve Krishna, and that should be our attitude. And when we do that, then this is the word we are talking about. Then Krishna consider us his own self. So Krishna thinks us as his intimate relative. So that's how. So Krishna is telling my own self. So this is what we are talking about. Okay. And last verse in this. Who would like to? Yes, Sridhar Prabhu, you read it.
790, right? Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Bahunam janmanam ante
Bahunam janmanamante
jnanavan mam prapadyate
Jnanavan mam prapadyate
vasudeva sarvam iti
Vasudeva sarvamiti
samahatma sudurlabha
Sa Mahatma Sudurlava So this is another wonderful memorization verse. So you can again, let's try to recite it together. Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvam iti sa mahatma sudurlabha. Yes, Prabhu. Read the translation, Prabhu. Sridhar
Sure.
Prabhu.
After many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is. Such a great soul is very rare.
Okay. See, so there is a definition of
It's
yeah,
nice verse, Prabhu.
yeah. So okay. Instead of me talking, okay. So okay, let's talk about the key points from this verse. What you get?
What it takes to be a perfect bhakti of Krishna, Prabhu, like it takes many lifetimes to perfect and reach to him, is one point I'm taking.
Okay. So it takes, so after many births and deaths, so okay, it takes many birth time to become a perfect devotee. Okay, that's one point. Okay. What else?
The cause of all causes is me. That's
Cause of all causes, and that is okay, knowing me to be the cause of all causes. And so, explain that further, Prabhuji. What does it mean? What do we understand by this?
that he is the originator uh, and understanding that.
Hmm. Yes. So root of all the causes. So see, we say cause and effect, right? We take all the causes which is happening in this world, all the effect which is happening in all the effects which is happening in this world. He is the cause of everything. So he is the root. So everything is originating from him, right? Every experiment which is running in this world, Krishna is the cause of that, right? This creation of universe is an experiment which is being run so that we can go back to him. He is the cause through the external energy. Krishna is running the experiment in the spiritual world. He's doing all his pastime. He is the cause of that. So Krishna is the cause of everything, the cause of all causes, all that is. So that is Krishna. Okay, that's the other point. What else?
Also here, who is actually in knowledge. The when we get the full knowledge about Krishna, when we only take the human form, that human form when we will get after many births and deaths. So human form we are getting, and after getting human form, the one who is getting full knowledge of me, and I mean after gaining knowledge, surrenders are to me. He is stressing that. So he's stressing the importance of human life there. And
Very good point you made, Prabhuji. Very good point. So this human body is very difficult to get. We are very lucky to have got this birth. By, in fact, the Vedas talk about by some or other reason we have got the human body. Okay, so after many births we have got this. So it's so rare, and within that rarity, so we are rare to get this human body, and still it is more rare to come and understand Krishna's knowledge. And then after that, it's become even more rare to surrender to Krishna. And if one does that, then that person is called Mahatma. So when we say Mahatma, this is the meaning of Mahatma. We shouldn't, like people say, I am Mahatma, right? We should see if that person is showing this, is that person is really surrendered or not. And how we know surrender? Knowing me to be the cause of all causes. In my behavior, do I show that I really see Krishna in that way, that he is the cause of all causes? If I see, what are the symptoms? So tell me, in practical means, if I think that Krishna is the cause of all causes, what would be my symptom? How would you know somebody is a Mahatma? Because that is in his heart. Externally, how do I know if somebody is Mahatma?
There,
It's whatever is happening around me is not caused by this or that.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good understanding, right? So that person will become tolerant, that person will become neutral, he would not be fearful because he know everything is done by Krishna, right? That person will be showing the symptom of love all the time. That person will be very compassionate to everybody because she's Krishna is everyone's heart. These are all the things we can observe. And if you observe it on a consistent, it's not that he comes to you and he shows us for some time. If you just observe it consistently, that's a guarantee that person is Mahatma, or at least he or she is on the path of Mahatma. Thank you, Prabhu. Very good. I love it that you're all getting the practical understanding. Okay.
The thing is, it's saying it's pretty rare.
It is rare. So we all
so many folks who are into it, and it's saying that and he's saying it's very rare.
yes. Now compared. Okay. So just on the Earth planet. He's talking about the whole universe, but just talk about the Earth planet. How many people are here today? I mean, in the world, how many people are here today? Approx.
4.5 billion.
8 billion.
8 billion.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sridhar ko like we have to put in a school. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's around 8 billion. Okay. Now of the 8 billion, how many people you think are devotee in the world today who really loves Krishna?
Oh.
Make a guess.
Thousands, Prabhu.
Not even
thousands.
So if I just look at people around me, right?
Yeah.
Maybe like if I know 100 people, maybe one who is just getting started.
I'm guessing it's
Not all
million.
So
Millions.
yeah, we are saying that if we just look into all the Vaishnavas across the world, right? Even they are like in few million. Now you just take few million who are trying to practice, right? Who are doing chanting or the other Vaishnava Sampradaya also. I'm not taking only the Gaudiya Vaishnava, other Vaishnava, Sri Sampradaya or other authentic Sampradaya. Okay, you take their few million of them. Now you see few million amongst the 8 point some billion. Look at that percentage, very small. And of those who are practicing, how many are really have got to that level who are telling that who really is living just that they cannot live without Krishna? Very few. But we think so we are amongst those few million because we are coming here talking about Krishna. We are trying to learn. I'm emphasizing the word trying. That try itself attracts the attention of Krishna, especially when we do it consistently. So it starts with 1 day a week, then it starts daily, then it will start every hour, and then it will start every moment. So we want to remember Krishna every moment, but let's start from once a week. So that's reality. Understand? Yeah.
One example, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Is just giving an analogy like, we all think about money all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Money is on top of the mind every single moment.
Yes, money is like honey.
Right?
Yes.
Every single moment.
Yeah.
Right? We want to save a little money here, we want to make a little bit more money here.
Mm.
I think once we get to the stage where every single moment when we think about the money, if we're thinking about Krishna, I think that's when we get started. I think until then,
you see, there is a very good understanding now. See, if we can see how much we love money, now we have to just change that money to Krishna.
Yeah.
And now we know that, am I loving Krishna just like that? Oh, I'm on the right path. That's give the confidence. I'm on the right path. Because you know how we used to love money, right? Very good understanding. Good example. So this verse is very nicely explained in the third chapter, 14 and 15 in Svesvatra Upanishad. Okay. So somebody would like to read this? Gaurav Prabhu, you read it, please.
Lord Vishnu has thousands of heads, thousands of eyes, and thousands of feet. Entirely encompassing the whole universe, he still extends beyond it by 10 fingers breadth. He is in fact this entire universe. He is all that was and all that will be. He is the Lord of immortality and all that is nourished by food.
So this is, so it's telling that, see, the greatness, so the greatness of Vishnu, right? Who is Krishna, who is the expansion of Krishna, is telling that how extensive he is in terms of the size of the universe. He still extends beyond it by 10 fingers breadth. So he's so enormous, right? He cannot even fit into the universe. He is in fact this entire universe. So that is, so that's who Krishna is, right? So okay, so now let's go to our storyline. We will start from, so we understood Mahatma, okay? Now, so Mahatma, so Durlava. So here, there is one example. Example is very, very important for us, right? That makes us think that this is the person of Mahatma. So Srila, it is, we are here, this slide is, will be talking about Srila Prabhupada, and you tell yourself whether do you think Srila Prabhupada was a Mahatma or not, okay? It is little hard for the people in room, but I'll try to, and see, yes, make it little bigger and move. So this is the Srila Prabhupada life, okay? 1896, Srila Prabhupada appears in Calcutta, and Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur sends to the West the first book on genuine Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. So Srila Bhakti, that's the time Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur sends to the West the first book on the genuine. So that is the time first genuine Gaudiya Vaishnava book was sent to the West in 1896 when Prabhupada appeared. Okay. Then in 1901, Srila Prabhupada began Rath Yatra. So he was still a child. So he was 5 years old. And he does the first Rath Yatra using his childhood friend. There's a nice story about it. Srila Prabhupada then began worshipping Radha Krishna. When he was 6 years old, he started worshipping Srila Radha Krishna. His father brings him the deity and he started worshipping. 1960, he was the student of philosophy at the Scottish Church College, a very renowned college in Calcutta at that point of time. Okay, Scottish Church College. Then in 1918, he entered the married life. So 18 plus, he was 22 years when he entered the Grahastha ashram. 1920, he appeared in a BA exam. And why it's important, I'll tell you. He was appointed assistant manager of Bose Laboratory and joined Gandhi's movement. So he was appeared in the BA exam, but because he was the part of the Gandhi's movement, they all abandoned the certification. They said that I won't take this diploma. It's a rejection of the British government. Okay. Then 1922, he meets his spiritual master Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who ordered him to preach in English in the West. So there's a very nice story. Okay. So just I'm going very in a summary form, very quick. So he has a friend, and Srila Prabhupada was very intelligent, very sharp. So everybody considered him to the leader of his group. Like in every friend circle, we believe in somebody. Somebody said that we'll just agree to him, right? So Srila Prabhupada was like that. So and Srila Prabhupada's father will every day he would invite some people to serve, right? So he had seen so many people, some are real genuine and some are like fake. Most people are fake. So he knew. So he would just ignore. So but he said that his friend said that to Srila Prabhupada that Abhay, his name was Abhay Charan. Abhay, you should come. He is the really genuine one. And he said that you should come. Then he pulled his hand and takes him. So the first time when he's going and meeting Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, there he Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was telling that, everybody should follow a spiritual path. And this is then Prabhupada argues with him. He says that we are right now under the government of British. Shouldn't we first free ourselves? Then we can focus on the spiritual path. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that is just a politics. Today you are under the British. Tomorrow you will be ruling somebody else. Next day something else will happen. But you have got the human body. This is for the limited time. If you don't free yourself, you will always be like this. Such a convincing argument. Srila Prabhupada was so sharp, he got convinced just by that argument. Okay. In his heart, he accepted him as his teacher. He didn't say anything. And that time, later he took the initiation from him. That time itself, 1922, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur tells that, you know English, you are such a sharp student, you should take this knowledge and go and preach this knowledge to the West. First instruction, even without making him his disciple. But he's getting the instruction. See how Paramatma. So Prabhu, what is telling that? Prabhupada was not ordinary, right? Those are all things, the pastime which is being created, right? Now, next 1925, he visited Vrindavan for the first time. 1928, assisted in establishing Allahabad center of Gaudiya Math. So very fast, like, so he came in contact with Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. With a short interaction, he got impressed, and in his heart, he accepted him as Guru. Right? He visits now. His devotional life, his spiritual life is taking another leap. Right? He visits Vrindavan, and from there, like, he's totally becoming very, very devoted. Even though he's in a Grihastha life, he establishes in Allahabad a Gaudiya Math. Right? Very young age, he's establishing that. 1932, he get initiated by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and 1934 helped establish Gaudiya Tank Center of Gaudiya Math. Gwalior helped establish Gwalior Tank Center of Gaudiya Math. Okay, so another center he establishes. Okay, 1934. Now, 1935. 1935. He instructed by his spiritual master on publishing books and constructing temple. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur tells to Prabhupada that whenever you get the money, what you should do, you should publish book and you should construct temple. 36. Final order from his spiritual master to preach in the West. Right? He says, go to the West and preach. And then, I think it just misses that he got initiated in certain year. Prabhu,
1932, Prabhu.
what
1932 initiation
1932 he
is
got
there.
initiated? Okay.
Yeah,
It
it is
was
there on the.
it was
uh,
mentioned? Okay. So I didn't read
Yeah.
it properly. Okay. So 1932 he got initiated, right? 1935 he gets instruction. 1936 he get the final instruction that he should go and preach to the West. And honored with the title Bhakti Vedanta by the Society of Gaudiya Vaishnava. So he was so knowledgeable, um, yes, so deep in the Shastras that he was given this Bhakti Vedanta title. Then he started single-handedly. So this doesn't do the justice, right? You'll see you should definitely read the book. It doesn't do the justice to what he has done. He started single-handedly. He didn't have the much money, anything. He started Back to Godhead magazine. In 1953, 1953, he started League of Devotees in Jhansi. So Prabhupada always has that, to practice devotional service, you need the like-minded people. Then only you will be able to practice. Because otherwise we will get caught up with all the people who are materialistic. So 1953 he started that. This didn't work out really well, but he started that, right? 1954 he retired from family life and adopted Vanaprastha. So in 54 plus, he was at 58-year-old. That time he took retirement, entered the Vanaprastha life. 1959 he accepted renounce order of life. Right? 59 plus 4, he was 63-year-old, he became a sannyasi. 1960, he published first book, Easy Journey to Other Planets. His first book, Easy Journey to Other Planets. Now, (1968). Oops, sorry. 1968. Oof, become very finicky. Okay, Bhagavad Gita as it is, published by Macmillan company. So this is the time.
No, I think there is
Some more, right?
Yeah.
He reached to, okay. Yeah, so I missed all this. I was thinking, what is the, okay. So published his first book, Easy Journey to Other Planet. 1962, published volume 1 of first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. 1965, he came to USA. Just see, what was his age when he came to USA? 69-year-old. How many 69-year-old you have seen that he didn't know anybody in America? No relatives. There was one connection was made that you go there and they will do something. And he had only 40 rupees in his pocket. Only 40 rupees. Okay. And in 90, he struggled 1 year. Like you see you will cry. Then 1966, He established the International Society of Krishna Consciousness, okay, within a year, and with all the hippies. And 67, he completed translation and commentary of Bhagavad Gita, 1967.
In 1 year.
Oh, yes, yes. You'll see how many. Then just read, and then we'll see that how many translation he did. 1968, Bhagavad Gita as it is was published by Macmillan Company. So it is a big company. Finally, they published. Not the complete, because when you are going to the big company, they will say that this is my limitation. They said that it cannot be more than 400 pages. So he abridged it to fit it, because at least it will reach out to the masses, right? And then 1972 established the Bhakti Vedanta Book Trust for publishing his book. 75 completed translating and published Chaitanya Charitamrita in 17 volumes. Only in 2 months it got published. 76 established the Bhakti Vedanta Institute for a scientific preaching and disappearance from this material world, 1977. So he came to US in 1965. He passed away from this world 1977. 1966 established. Within 11 years, he went to the all around the world 14 times, and he established 108 temples. He translated how many books? You can see these amount of books he translated. Let me
70 plus.
how many books, Prabhuji?
70 plus.
70 plus books. Okay. So you can see it. So just don't even need to count it. See how many books he translated. Bhagavad Gita,
Prabhu,
Srimad
quick
Bhag.
question.
Yes, Prabhuji.
108 temples in those 11, 12 years only, Prabhu. Like
Yes,
in
Prabhu.
when when
Within,
he is with body.
yeah, within 11 years before he passed from this world.
He established
108 temples.
Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah,
What was it? What?
Devotees.
5,000 initiated devotees, disciples. And most of them were non-Indian, 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 Indian. Only few Indians. So Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, which is 18,000 verses, Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is around 12,000 verses, Nectar of Instruction, like it is it's like a short book. We'll read those books after we finish Bhagavad Gita. Krishna book, it is Canto 10. It is done which anybody can understand. It is a very good book recommended to read in the night, story by story. Nectar of Devotion, this is the Bhakti book, how to do the Bhakti. Isha Upanishad, it is one of the Upanishad, primary Upanishad. The Science of Self-Realization, Beyond Birth and Death. You can just keep reading. All these books he wrote and he translated, right? So, and all this happened within 11 years when he was starting from age 69 to 81. When we become old. So, how does it feel to be 70? Is very hard to know. I know, just look at our parents. I know my mother is now 71 and what her body condition is.
he got 200.
He got here while he was coming, got 2 heart attack on the ship. Like, you should read it. Means it is
Should read what? Which one?
the Prabhupada's Leela Amrita. And this has the reference. Yeah. So okay. So this is the book recommended reading.
Yeah.
But-
Satsarudha.
Yeah. So read this book, Prabhupada, Messenger of the Supreme Lord. Yeah, so this is abridged version. The whole Prabhupada Leela Amrita is like a 6 volume, but this is a small like abridged into it. Very nice reading. It will tell a lot about who Prabhupada was like, okay. And this is the lover. Okay, let's read Lover of the Lord. Okay, play this.
He's the kind and gentle.
Sorry, I want to get rid of this.
His heart is never cold, so peaceful and poetic, with a message true and bold. He's never seeking praise, so silent and so brave, and his transcendental love is the magic in his ways. And when I see his love, I know I've got a long way to go in my life days. The love that he is feeling in the heart. He's always meek and mild, with a warm and friendly smile. So simple in his living, singing all the while. He sings out Krishna's name, his glory and his fame. To serve his Lord in heaven, pleasure all in me. When I see his love, I go, I go, the love that he's feeling inside. His presence was so powerful that you were some kind of a spiritual transcendental environment. He only cared about teaching us, and I never saw such selfless love. And he would come right up to me and say, "So how are you this evening?" Like a concerned how and you met him. And he wasn't just a friend to me, he was a friend to everyone. And everyone had relationships with him, met him some way or another. And see, I've got to go. The love that he's feeling inside. To find no lust and greed in a heart that's pure and free. He's a lover of the Lord, and his life is ecstasy. He only dies to live, living tries to give the happiness that's found in the sound of Krishna's name. He's, I've got to go back days, the love that he is feeling inside.
So within that short time, he would, and I'll share the link with you, okay, also. Or let me, yeah. So within that short time, he even like, so sannyasi should not come and cross the sea, right? So all the people, the so-called saint in India, were opposed to him. But he truly understood the knowledge of Krishna. Krishna wants this knowledge to be distributed. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted his knowledge to be distributed. He took all the risk just because, and that shows his compassion. And he lived with the people, with the hippie who were drug addict. He was sharing the fridge with them. He was cooking for them. Some people came to kill him, like his roommate. Who was mad on the drugs, right? Still, he lived and preached to them. And like if you read his life, you will see that what he has done out of his compassion. Yeah. Yeah.
How he moved out of the first place
Yeah.
and went
Yeah.
without a house.
Yes, without the house, he didn't have the house, like in the how he was surviving in the New York cold winter. But see the result. Krishna was not known to the whole, other than India, hardly there were a few places where Krishna was known. This whole spiritual knowledge today in the whole world, any place you go, you'll find the temple, you'll find the devotee practitioner. Even if you find two, you'll find them, right? Even he are able to preach in Russia under the Iron Curtain. He went to Russia and it was not allowed. He went there and only one person, just by meeting few times, he explained the whole Bhagavad Gita. That person he wrote he made the notes on the paper. And that one person who learned from Prabhupada was able to spread Krishna consciousness in the whole Russia. Today, Russia is the second largest nation of devotees after India.
Really? Not US?
Russia. Yeah. Russians are they are very spiritual inclined, very spiritually inclined. Okay. So surrendering not to Krishna, but to the, okay. So now we will stop. This is the next section. So we will resume from the verse 20 to 25, 20 to 25. So next week, hopefully we will try to finish the chapter, but the goal is to do it in the right way. But definitely Prabhupada, the more you know about Prabhupada, you will fall in love with him. that what he has done. And once I saw, I should have saved that. It was spoken by a Harvard professor that based on their own understanding, scientific understanding, they think the contribution made by Prabhupada was more than the contribution made by Jesus. So Jesus came and preached to a certain area. His preaching, Prabhupada preaching, was across the whole world. And the number of culture he impacted, the number of people he impacted, and that impact which is still being carried over today is just humongous, right? Yes, yes.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, of course. See, and we are not saying these things because, say, oh, I belong to Prabhupada mission, and because Prabhupada is great, therefore I am great, because that's what is used. But we should just see that the work which he has done uh, for all of us. I wouldn't have come to Krishna consciousness if I wouldn't have come to US. In India, I didn't know about really Krishna consciousness, right? So anyway, so we'll stop the class here today. Uh, Thank you very much. Uh, Any comment, any questions before I stop the recording? Gaudiya Sampradaya. Okay. Yeah. So there are four authentic. This is an elaborate topic, but there are four authentic Vaishnava school of thoughts. One is the Lakshmi Sampradaya, which came from Lakshmi Devi. Other came from Brahmaji. Other came for four Kumaras, and one is come from the Rudra, from the Shiva, Rudra. Okay, four. So the one which is coming from Brahma, Gaudiya, Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya Sampradaya. So in the Brahma Sampradaya, Madhvacharya came, right? He was one of the acharyas. He further elaborated it, right? So it was called then Brahma Madhva Sampradaya. Then Brahma Madhva Gaudiya. So Gaudiya, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came from the Gauda Desh, right? So there's a Gaudiya. So then it becomes Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So these are all four. These are all four authentic sampradaya. There are variation in the detail how one approaches. So the mood of the Gaudiya is loving Krishna in the mode of separation, in the mood of separation. So there is a love, right? So I'll bring the material concept and then we'll take it to the spiritual concept so that it become relatable. So when the two intimate partner, let's say assume husband and wife, they are in deep love with each other. Have we talked about that? But when the husband and wife, they are not living together, they are living apart. Let's say different country or different city, but still they are in deep love with each other. They cannot think anybody else, or they are performing their work, but they are always thinking of each other. Now take that concept. One loves Krishna, so everybody wants Krishna. Krishna is so beautiful, so attractive. All the gopis want Krishna. But then when Krishna went to Mathura and then from there to Dwarika, he never came back to Vrindavan again. Gopi never stopped loving him. They lived their life in whatever way. Some of them were married, some of them have the family. Krishna was always in their mind. There was not a moment where they didn't think about Krishna. They lived as if they are on a cruise control, right? Like their life is just going on. Krishna is there. So it's called the highest form of love. It's called the highest form of love. So that is the mood what the Gauriya Vaishnavism is about. That always loving Krishna. Krishna is, even if I don't see Krishna, doesn't matter how Krishna handles me, I would not stop loving Krishna. Yes. So there's a very nice Siksha Astakam. Let me bring the last verse of Siksha Astakam. Siksha Astakam. So this is sometimes we read it every day. So here this verse it is. Ashlishya va padaratam pinashtu mam adarshanam marma hatam karotu va yatha tatha na vidadhato lampato mat prana nathastu sa eva na paraha. I know one, I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken hearted by not being present before me, he is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipable Lord unconditionally. This is the Gaudiya mood. So some people aspire, I just want to see Krishna once. The mood here is doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. This is the mood. Okay. So very highest form of, some of you may not realize, but the knowledge what Prabhupada has given, as we keep learning, you cannot stop crying what he has given. Okay. And these 8 verses, which was spoken by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, most of the knowledge he gave through the other people, he inspired them to write. These are the 8 verses he wrote himself. And this summarizes the whole. Let's read the meaning actually. It summarizes the whole Gaudiya philosophy here. Okay. Siva Prabhu, you read, and then Gaurav Prabhu, you read the meaning.
चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावाग्निर्वापनं श्रेयाकैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधू
जीवनम् आनन्दं बुद्धिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृता स्वादनं सर्वात्मा स्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्ण संकीर्तनम्. Yeah, Gaurav Prabhu.
Glory to the Shri Krishna Sankirtana, congruential chanting of the Lord's holy names.
Font bada, okay. Very small. Okay. Actually, this is not hard to read actually. So, okay, hard to read. Okay.
Which cleanses the heart of the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. The Sankirtana movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
So these are very deep, but I'll summarize. So what is telling that in this age, Sankirtan movement, the Lord Holy Name, is the primary method, right? Which will clean us and which will take us back to Him. Okay. So very short summary.
नाम्नामकारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्तिस्तत्रार्पिता नियमिता स्मरणेन काला एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमीदृशमिह जानिनानुरागा.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benedictions for living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. These are not even hard and fastened rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. But I'm so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
So this is again the mood, right? And that even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was always in love of Krishna. Then he's telling that I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for you. So that is the mood, right? Doesn't matter how much a lover is loving, the lover is thinking that I don't love enough, right? And name is the only prime benediction, and he has millions of names. It's just, and then Krishna is Govinda is some of the primary names. Okay, Prabhu.
त्रिनादपि सुनीचेन तरुरपि सहिष्णुना ममानिलमानदेन कीर्तनीय सदा हरिः.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind. Thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street, one should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respite to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of Lord constantly.
So this is the attitude. We should always be humble, thinking that how lower we are, right? More tolerant than a tree, no false prestige. And in that mood, we have to approach the Lord and chant His name and do all His services.
न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद्भक्तिरहेतुकी त्वयि.
O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women. nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service birth after
So
birth.
see, I do not want to accumulate wealth because Krishna will give wealth because he has a Lakshmis. So Sahasra Lakshmis, not one Lakshmis. So millions of Lakshmis. So, but still, devotee doesn't want wealth, doesn't want beautiful women, doesn't want many number of followers, only want Krishna, nothing else.
ऐनन्दतनुज किङ्करं पतितां मां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कज स्थितिदोषं विचिन्तया.
Oh, go ahead, Prabhuji.
O son of Maharaj Nanda, I am your eternal servitor. Yes, yet somehow or the other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet.
So see, this is the now prayer is starting that I want to just one of the atom at your lotus feet, right? Somehow or other I have fallen. So why to think that why I have fallen? I know that I have fallen. So let's not worry about how I came and how I fell. Just focus that I want to get out of this, right?
नयनं गदश्रुधारया वदनं गद्गदाहृदया गिरा पुलके निजितं वपु कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति.
O my Lord, when will my eyes to be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
So these are the symptoms which will start happening. Our eyes will be full of tears, right? And then voice will choke up and the hair will stand when we recite. So it will get, and then what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's having all this symptom and he's telling that I don't have this symptom. That is the mood, right? Yes.
युगायितं निमीशेन चक्षुषा प्रावृषायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे.
O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence.
So see, this is the love when you are separated, when we are separated from the beloved, every moment seems like 12 year or more, right? And tears are constantly flowing and that there's so much of love, affection, all different kind of emotions coming up. So that's the Gaudiya mood. So this is the Gaudiya mood. So you just meditate on this prayer. You can learn to sing this prayer. So what we used to do initially, we'll just hear the recording and we'll sing along with it. On the YouTube, just look it up. Put Siksha Astakam, ISKCON, you'll get something and then.
Oh, Shiva should record it and speak as
What, Prabhuji? Okay.
No, bro, I'm just repeating what devotees do in the morning.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll stop the recording. It's 6 p.m. I know that everybody has to go for the service and all. So thank you very much.